Okay. Hello, viewers, YouTubers, YouTube, all that great stuff, and welcome to the Fall Winter Showcase 2021 to 2022. Hopefully, everything goes well. I'm not even going to test it, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the background right now that I just hope will not affect this stream too much. But let's just dive right into all this and get this thing going. So what's up, guys? Hello, this is the Modern Gamer, TMG, Mitch, Mitchell, whatever you want to call me. I am here to bring you the Fall Winter Showcase. Yes, I'm doing a full screen cam, which feels really weird to do, but I very rarely do a full screen cam, but I felt like it's time to go back to our roots of the first ever showcase, which we did as a live stream and all that type of stuff, and go for there. So I'm sure the very first question most of you probably have, besides the major elephant in the room, is what the heck is a showcase? What is this fall winter showcase? All that. For those that don't know, we every pretty much spring, summer, and fall winter do what's called a showcase. The showcase basically tells you all that we have been working on, are planning to work on, and some future projects. Gives you basically an overall status report, basically on what's been going on in the channel lately, basically. So that's what basically this is going to be all about, is what has been going on, what we have been working on, and what is to come into the future during the fall and winter season, obviously. Now, as I'm sure you can see by the date that you're watching this right now, whether you're watching this live or watching this post or whatever, this is pretty much, you know, middle winter basically. I think the first day of winter was December 21st, and this is being recorded as of January 30th. So definitely way past the fall season, but I still wanted to stick with the theme of fall winter. So that's how we've always done it, and that's how I wanted to do this one. Now, probably going forward, showcases will probably be a maybe one tops two time thing a year, like normal, where we do still the fall, winter, spring, summer, or we'll just do one major just showcase maybe in the middle of the year. I don't know. I'm really debating on it right now, and I really am leaning toward just doing one, just to maybe not over complicate things. And I'll talk about all that as we go through all this. But yeah, I want to go ahead and address the major elephant in the room, the major thing, at least for me personally, maybe for you guys as well, and just talk about where you've kind of been, why the streams have kind of stopped, why videos have honestly been kind of on a hiatus for a while, all that great stuff. So we have honestly not had a video published since I believe it was November 20th was the last time that a video has uploaded on this channel, and even that was a pre-recorded video, so it wasn't really like the last time we were actually you know truly like day of or something like a live stream or anything. I looked at it and it was actually like November, I think 13th was the last time that we had an actual to the day video. So you would see it was a live stream. Obviously, it was the last time that we probably had done a video. So yeah, it's been pretty much a solid over 2 months, almost 2.5 months at this point since we have done some kind of content creation. And I wanted to go ahead and just kind of address that, get that out of the way, and then we'll go into the actual showcase. So when this actually publishes all that great stuff, there will be timestamps. All that will be broken down. So if you guys want to skip certain parts or see what maybe things are upcoming and you're like, oh, I want to hear about this, you can just skip to that section and watch it from there. But we would love to watch, have you guys watch the whole video, kind of get the gist of everything and, get to know us, maybe all that. We love to get to know you, obviously. So whether you're here in the live chat right now or, commenting, whatever, we love to get to know you, get to talk to you. We're always a good, try to, hang out, vent, whatever it needs to be an escape, or we're just watch, be alert. I don't care. We're pretty much good with whatever. We love just making the content and having a good time, and anybody that enjoys that with us is just an extra perk, basically, an extra bonus, for lack of a better term. But yeah, let's go into what's been going on over the past two, basically plus months. So, pretty much back about the end of, well, I guess it's been right about maybe the end of summer. Would have been right when all this kind of fell down, but ended up going through some different job changes and it put a lot more demand on me. And I wanted to kind of focus more on making sure I was supporting and fully focusing on family, things like that. Yes, I still obviously did YouTube, all that stuff, but it obviously went from where we were basically doing pretty much near daily. Something was going on every day. We literally had things like Mario Monday, what was it, Throwback Tuesday or Thursday, I can't remember, Wacky Wednesday. Literally, we had a day for everything. That's how committed at one point we were with how my schedule kind of works and everything like that. It just kind of took a lot of away from what I felt like with my family and stuff like that. And with my daughter still being pretty young, she's currently 1 at the time, and I have an elder daughter who's about 4 as well. Just someone to focus on, making sure I was kind of fully focused with them, getting my sleep, all that great stuff. It just made it hard to basically do both without making myself feel like utterly dead to the world because I was choosing to, get home usually around typically near midnight, and then I would stream for at minimum, an hour and a half, if not longer, and then I'm waking up somewhere between usually at the earliest like 6 a.m. to the latest of 8 a.m. So we're saying at best 8 hours of sleep here, which I know is the recommended, obviously, but when it was more near the 5 to 6 hours of sleep, it made it kind of hard to keep motivated and keep things rolling. And we have usually a lot just going on at home. We have, things that we take my daughters to, whether it be like different sporting stuff that they do, different whatever. So it just made it kind of hard to keep content while trying to focus on family, make focus on the bills, all that great stuff, make sure things are just rocking and rolling as we kind of wanted to. So yeah, I put YouTube kind of on a back burner and focused solely on making sure I was providing more so with my family and getting us more basically a standing ground. I had some other just kind of like behind the scenes stuff that I won't go too much into. That just kind of worked around with my mental psyche. Wasn't the best in my mental state at the same time as well. So I just had to kind of make sure I was focusing on bettering myself for not only, future, but also my family as well. So it's kind of a good tidbit, but yeah, mostly it just was so much demand of working at minimum 40 to at most at one point in time near 50 something hours. Um, as long as with being full-time dad obviously, and then all the other hubbubs, taking care of the house that I live in currently that I'm recording this video in, and just making sure everything's paid, and you know all the normal hubbubs that maybe some of you face, maybe some of you are too young to face. I don't know, obviously there's schools and different stuff for different kids, different things. I'm sure you kind of have a kind of idea that it's kind of hard to play the juggling match of, okay, hey, I've got a certain amount of free time here, do I choose to get work done around my house? Do I use that time to spend with my children? Do I take a nap because it's like rare to get rest around here? Do I, watch a show or watch a movie, something that's not like play a video game that's not recording wise and use that time just for something personal? Or do I do something like this and stream and all that? So it's, yeah, it's a constant juggling match of like, okay, what objects do I choose for this free time that I get? And lately it has been more so the front of, okay, let me make sure bills are caught up. Let me make sure this house is decently clean. Let me make sure that I'm, guaranteeing times with the girls. And just once I kind of got in that routine and kind of felt like I kind of got some more standing ground, I was more comfortable. And that was probably about mid December before I kind of felt like, okay, I was getting kind of an idea of how I can maybe give everything a piece of me in some way to where it wasn't neglecting something in a sense. So not that it's perfect by any means, but same point, yeah. So, yeah, just with still full-time work, all that, I just had to figure out where the time was, where I wanted to kind of make possible sacrifices. So right now, we will say probably going forward, I want to try to at best maybe still do like 33 videos a week. Obviously, yes, my ultimate goal will be having something maybe still going every day, but at the same point, as far as like streaming or something like that every day, I just don't see that as realistic because I still want to obviously spend time with wife, kids, whatever it may be, get to rest with them and all that. And I know we've been saying take an hour or 2 hours out of time doesn't sound that deep or whatever you want to say, but at the same point, I love my family. I love all that I do more than say like the YouTube and gaming part. So I'd rather more dedicate to them than still with this. So yeah, there won't always be a stream every single day, but hopefully maybe near something every day with video published. So I'll try to like do bulk recording, stuff like that, to have something maybe going on. I don't know if necessarily we'll have a theme just as of yet. A lot of this will probably be decided more near the March area on just if we'll have a theme kind of going on or a set schedule per se, just to kind of have some kind of balance with it all. So hopefully that all just kind of makes sense. And that's why I kind of been on a hiatus of like, when do I come back? How do I describe everything? How do I talk about everything when I really don't have a true concrete plan? That was my biggest problem with everything, was just like, how can I go out here and be like, well, yeah, I want to come back, but I really don't know when or where or everything's going to be kind of put right now because of just how busy life is. But at the same point, I figured once I kind of get going, you know, whether it be stream or videos, it'll kind of just flow into place. And obviously, we're saying at the extreme most, other than like SleepLocks or something, a 2 hour frame of time that I'm taking away from something. And it's not really like I'm going to be taking away it. And I'm not saying that my daughters couldn't join me at any point. I mean, right now they're both taking, like, laying down or taking a nap, so they can literally walk out of the rooms and come join me. I'm not going to be bugged by that, and I'm sure you guys mostly won't be bugged by them either being whiny or needing me stuff. We have literally a be right back screen for those incidences, so literally, I'm sure you guys would understand with anything going on. And my head just kept playing, oh, I want to make it perfect. I have to make sure I'm the most, personable, most myself, all that. If I'm taking away from that, it's going to make it more disliked or more hated. And like I said, that's not what I ended up doing all this for. I mostly did this YouTube stuff because I liked playing the video games. I liked doing what I was doing, and I was like, why not record that for the audience? Maybe someone else wants to see this game being played. Maybe someone else just needs someone else to talk to, and it just made me feel cool or better or whatever you want, whatever word I want to put it here. It had made me have a good feeling anytime someone did come into my chat, like, hey, whatever, and we ended up talking. I got to know this person, or they were just kind of like needing a escape, or just someone else that they knew like also liked their interest and could talk about it, and we could just relate. I love that factor, so that's why I just kept doing it. But like I literally have said, literally since the very first time we streamed or did a video ever, that whether we have nobody watching, during a video, or whether we have a million or something like that, I love what I'm doing. Obviously, yes, we love still seeing the views, seeing the likes, seeing the people enjoying our content. Don't get me wrong on that. We want to still put out good products. We still just ultimately love playing the games and all that, taking the suggestions, getting to know, like I said, yes, other people, making new projects, seeing what we can come up with. But ultimately, yeah, when it boils down to everything, we just enjoy playing the game. So why not just keep doing that and recording it, and any other things that happen if we have someone, join in, like the stream, subscribe, anything like that. It's just extra perks that just makes us feel even extra better now than, you know, anything else. So yeah, that's just kind of a gist on what's kind of been going on lately. So yeah, we're almost into the month of February now, literally like 2 days away from the month of February. Um, so yeah, I want to get things rolling again. I'm gonna kind of go to show you guys some kind of previews, talk about some stuff that is coming up, and what's been kind of going on lately with some of the projects that we have been working on, or we're in the processes of working that we've, obviously not done since 2 months ago, and just get all that stuff out of the water and just talk about what's kind of upcoming. But I will say, going forward, we'll try to do our best with not putting too much on our plate, and that's usually the biggest problem I have, especially with like kids and stuff like that, and just overall how just life works. Is I put all these, you know, usually at minimum 5 to not more projects on my plate that I want to do, and I want to set to different days and all that type of stuff, not realizing how much time and dedication and how much effort it's going to actually really take to do all that I'm saying. And if I can obviously keep on it daily or keep on it with some kind of set schedule, it doesn't really meet the expectations that I personally seem to like feel like I'm setting for it. The best example I can give is like the Road to Sword and Shield was supposed to be finished some point before, obviously, well before VDSP and all that came out, and obviously it took way longer. It just only was streamed here and there. And then obviously I was adding other projects to kind of fill in the okay, so it's just not just Road to BD or yeah, Road to Sword and Shield. It's we got the games I grew up on. We got the Mario stuff that I was doing, like all these other stuff that I was putting that was now taking away time that I could have dedicated more to that set project, if that all makes sense. So yeah, I put more on my plate to try to diversify it instead of just focusing on, hey, we need to just finish this project, put as much time into it, and guarantee it's done. Yeah, you can have maybe one or tops two more little things here and there, but nothing that's a bunch of big projects, which is what I was doing. Because obviously we had games I grew up on, which is about I think 30 plus games. Um, and then we had the Mario, not only Mario Co-op, but the Mario All Stars playthrough. Where we're playing through, basically in total 4 different Mario games. We had the yeah, Road to Sword and Shield, which was what we figured out like 20 something games, 17 games. I don't know, something crazy up there amount of games. We're saying all these things to get finished, and we were wanting it all before the end of basically what was last year, and it was just like, how is that really realistic if we're only dedicating tops at our peak 1 to 2 streams on certain ones a week and only 2 hours at a time? Where we're going to get that done? It was just not realistic unless we were like some magical speedrunner or something, which was only like maybe the early Pokemon games on. So yeah, like I said, we just put always a lot on our plate. We always, obviously, when we see new things or big things coming out, things that excite us. We want to get it out there and want to play it and all that type of stuff. And then obviously, again, everything we're putting out there or putting different projects on and all that, it's taking time from other things. So I think that's going to be a main focus going forward is just to not overwhelm our content just because we want to have so much, different things. Oh, well, I don't want to watch, Road to Sword and Shield, so I've got to make sure I have some other project like Mario going on, so they have maybe something else they might like. While that's not overall, like I said, bad thinking, it's also not also a bad thing to get the projects that I'm wanting personally finished because I started them because I liked this idea that, I wanted also done. And yes, I can still obviously comply to the fans if they start commenting, hey, like, can you do something else? Or I don't like this. Or hey, have you tried this game? Like I can then do that once it's started to be like, hey, can you add something else instead of just thinking, oh, they're going to want something else. Again, if this all makes sense, and I'm sorry I'm rambling here, but that was basically the gist. So let's actually go into the fall winter showcase, what the actual video title and all that says we're doing right now. So I'm going to bring up my little handy dandy script. For most of those don't know, I do use a script for most of these just because it kind of keeps my brain on straight of all that I need to discuss and all that I want to obviously talk about, all that great stuff. My mom really quick. So she's going to end up watching my kids here at about 2 o'clock as she's my babysitter. So I apologize for that. But yeah, so I'm going to bring up my little handy dandy script, as I call it. Yes, I know it's the handy dandy notebook, but whatever. So I already did obviously the update. So let's talk about, first and foremost, kind of like the channel cleanup. Back in would have been, I guess, technically October, November time, we talked about basically because we were approaching 5 years in total on YouTube, basically getting rid of everything that was before the 5 year mark and putting in privately listed playlist, all that, so you can still find it. But that way, you just make the channel look cleaner, things that could be more easily found, and just would start a new leaf for everything. Obviously, since certain projects that were already in creation before the 5 year mark were still going on, I kept wanting to delay, and they were at this point now where it's now January, and we still have unfinished projects that were supposed to be completed before the November time, and it's that whole thing of, okay, do I still do the cleanup? And then as these finish, then I privately list them, which should have been yes, the answer. But my head kept saying, no, I got to keep everything there until I know everything's finished and then clean it up. I feel like I can do a bit of the multitasking, which I'm not the greatest at, to get the things cleaned up, put away, privately listed, while also moving forward with a new leaf, like I said. We also talked about basically in that same time doing an anniversary video because it was the same time as like my 30th birthday, our 5 year, being on YouTube, all that. We're kind of like lining up, which is why we created all those different projects. We were basically going to do like a highlight video showing some of our best moments and all that. I still want to highlight, don't get me wrong, do that. I just mostly just need to create it. That's pretty much where I'm at this point. And as soon as it's created, I will pretty much post it on Twitter, let you know it's all upcoming, and then we will post it. If I had to guess when that will be done, I wish I would have an exact time, but I would say by the latest of July, because that will be 7 years, I think, overall on YouTube or more. I can't remember. We've been doing content creation for 5. But yeah, we want to do some kind of anniversary video. We've also been talking about for over about 2 years now doing a intro type video, something to begin our channel, which we did have a few over our time, if you guys don't remember. But we had the little bouncing MBV gaming with the at the very end before we changed our name to the Moderate Gamer. Once we became the Moderate Gamer, we had the one with some theme music and a eagle or hawk or whatever it was that did the caca part at the end, which we both liked both of those. We hand created both of those, but I wanted something more animated, something more big and whatever. And just I kept thinking there would be some way I'd find to do it, either through like a flip book or getting some kind of animator. But I wasn't also seeking it out to just do it. And then obviously again as time went on and just other things just kept coming up, it just was seeming like such a daunting task to do this while I needed to also do all these other things. The only other one that's been on a major kind of delay. I guess there's also still a few in my head now. I'm thinking about it when I'm about to say this, but Smash Infinite has been a project we've been talking about for about maybe now going on 2.5 years. We did a video of it, obviously. Did a trailer for it, all this other great stuff. It's still, again, something I've been wanting to do. It just was a matter of not having the right streaming setup. Originally, it was going to be literally just recorded with my phone with the screen and all that, which obviously, yeah, doesn't sound the greatest. It was the only way at that time that I could record it. But I wanted to finish it. I wanted to get it done. I love the project idea. It just was a matter of so much setups. Again, while already having so many other projects that I wanted to do, that was just like, how am I going to find time to dedicate? Basically, it was going to be at minimum 3 hours of fighting that I would be recording, over time. So yeah, again, just kept being put on a back burner, but now I do have officially like actual true capturing devices, all that type of stuff. We use it for our Switch and everything, but we do have an actual capture device for most things. I probably have it somewhere over here, but I don't want to really dig it out. So I'll apologize on that. But yes, we do now have actual capturing devices that can make things work, better and everything. So we have PS2, Wii, Switch, all the systems basically, from the whatever was it, red, yellow, blue hookups to the, or no, it was red, yellow, white, right? That was the hookups. VGA hookups to the actual HDMI hookups that we have nowadays. The red 50% boosted series that ended, I think, was episode. Let me check here. Sorry, I gotta check my files really quick. Ended on episode 11. Was the last one that we published again about 2 months ago. Has episodes that are recorded that are literally completed. I think I have up until episode 19 with face cam and all that stuff recorded. It just needs to be edited and then posted. But again, it was just finding the time to dedicate while also trying to record content to make sure I was ahead. And then it just got to, again, where a month passed and I was just like, okay, what do I do now? And at that point, I just was like, I'm already dedicating to recovery. Let me just focus on making sure I'm recovered and we'll just post these when I can. So, yes, there's going to be right now, tentatively, was it 25 plus episodes that are already pre recorded, have the face cam, need editing and posting. So technically would have taken place before this recording, if that all makes sense. So look forward to those. I definitely love this project for the red 50% boosted. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we're doing a Pokemon red with a 50% level boost on top of it. Hardcore style where we have level caps and all that type of stuff. Where we're trying to beat the game and seeing if we can do it. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But yeah, I've basically, that series is done. I won't say any spoils on whether we win, lose, anything like that. But I have it fully recorded. It just needs to be edited and posted. So that's at least that one. And then the next thing I want to talk about is we had also planned back in around, again, November time. I think it was November time, maybe. We had planned for doing a extreme Pokemon SleepLocke. Basically, where we're going to do like random typings, random, hopefully like sprite colorettes, random, basically anything you could think of could be random. Items, types, PMs, all that great stuff. It just became a bigger project than what I was looking for. I tried all these different, Googling searches, friends, talking to. It's still something we want to do, but I don't think it's going to be as drastic as I wanted it to be. It'll still be pretty darn extreme. I think everything besides the palettes I could figure out how to randomize. So yeah, like typings, types, all that great stuff could be randomized. I even technically could randomize the sprites even on some of these if I wanted to, but at least it's going to stick with the regular just extreme randomization and doing that as a SleepLocke, and just a matter of figuring out a time with me and my wife and family and all that when I could maybe set aside at minimum, obviously, maybe 10 hours to who knows how long. Obviously, it just depends on luck and everything like that to try to beat that SleepLocke. We also have the Pokemon Snap series that ended on, I believe, episode 3, 2, 3. I can't remember. It ended on episode 2 right now. This is all that's posted. If you look on our channel right now, you'll see Pokemon Snap playthrough and only have 2 episodes on there. that series again has been completely recorded from start to finish, basically end of game, plus some little DLC stuff. Just literally again needs to be edited and posted. So again, another project that I have in the works and just needs to be put out there. Actually, as I honestly don't mind doing this, I'm going to show you guys really quick, and I this is gonna look trippy for a second, but right now you should be hopefully seeing on your screen all the videos that I have recorded slash and or edited in my little video sheet. I don't mind showing this right now. So yeah, like you'll see a black and white co-op with me and my wife. You'll see some playthroughs and or let's play sums that I have in here, such as like Kingdom Hearts, Mario Party, all the Pokemon Reds I talked about. A few up to number 19 have already, like I said, face cam and all that added. The 20s plus need still edited with my face cam in there and all that great stuff. And then again, Snap all right here. And yeah, like I said, just some playthroughs and things like that. So yeah, I have a lot, as you can tell. I have a lot of videos already recorded, ready to go. It's just been a matter of posting them and getting it ready. Sorry again for the trippiness, but it let me kind of show proof that I have things ready to go. It's just a matter of getting it done and doing it, which again will now take place now that I have a guaranteed time to do so. Live streams again will probably be taking still a back burner for a little bit of time, focusing on just mostly recorded content, editing that content and posting it out. We talked about that a bit with the last Road to Sword and Shield episode, with how we were basically probably going to start doing that series as recorded content. It's hard to find over usually an hour of time to have free, whereas recorded content we can record over the entire day. I need to take a break because I need to feed my kids or go run and do something or something around the house. I can record for like 10, 15 minutes, whatever. I get a free time, stop recording, go do what I need to do, and come back, record. I can segment it way easier than I can like something like this with a live stream, which is going pretty well for going on almost 30 minutes now. So yeah, like I said, just be easier for right now. But yes, live streams will probably continue here some point in the near future. But more so, it's just going to be dedicating to our recorded content, getting things flowing out there, making sure everything is caught up as my cats are knocking stuff over in the background, which is just it's great. It's great. Everything's fine. um. Anyway, I know I'm saying a lot, but it keeps my thought process going. And I know as a communication major, you're not supposed to say but I'm sorry. It's a habit, and I can't break it sometimes. So yeah, we talked about the games I grew up on. I do want to keep going with that. I want to play through all those games that I had on there because I want the nostalgia back and I want to enjoy those games again. But again, it's just a matter of doing it, recording it, all that great stuff. But yeah, probably won't be a live stream. The Road to Sword and Shield at this point, yeah, it's still going to keep going. It's still going to be completing, and I'm just going to keep going through all the Pokemon games. And then once we kind of complete it, we can kind of continue on. I know, obviously, like I just mentioned, BDSP and Arceus have both now at this point been released. I don't know per se if I want to change this to like Road to Arceus and then play all the way to that, but Arceus is out like right now, and I really want to play it while it's in its peak. I don't, it's a weird battle where I want to play it now and I don't want to wait for it. But at the same point, I want to also beat all these other Pokemon games. I don't know. It's a weird mix on trying to figure out what I want to do with everything with the Road to Sword and Shield. But yes, eventually, yes, I want to continue that, keep it going, finish it, all that great stuff. Have all the Pokemon games say that I have played every single Pokemon game and all the different whatever variants of them. So besides obviously like third parties like Mystery Dungeon or stuff like that, I haven't done some of those. Anyway. The Soul Link with me and Admiral Kip has sadly hereby been canceled. He had some just personal issues arise and also obviously fell right around the same time I was going through my personal stuff. And we chose it was probably best to just scrap Soul Link. He ended up kind of just taking a complete 360 from YouTube, which I'm not mad at him. I'm not unsupportive. I still really like him. He's a great friend of mine. I hope he's going to do well. I can't wait to see all the content that he's going to do with his new YouTube channel and all that type of stuff. I'm not mad that I lose whatever amount of videos we did together on Soul Link that were posted on his channel. I'm not mad by that. Do I miss not having that bond? Yes, of course. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sure we maybe do something in the future once he kind of gets back under his feet and everything like that. But at the same point, yes, as of right now, Soul Link will be canceled. Both the Soul Link playlist will probably be completely deleted. I may try to find through my videos that I still have some kind of like highlights that I can use to showcase all that we did together. But as far as it goes right now, yeah, we'll be probably tentatively removed completely off YouTube. And if it does still exist, it'll be in just a highlight video of just me and him working together because I still liked that time and I still had fun with it. The black and white co-op with my wife, as you saw, we have at least right now 2 episodes recorded and edited on this computer, and we have, I think, 4 in total. I think, and the overall, because we actually use 2 computers to record that series. Is the only way that it works. So it is still planned. It's still wanting to be done, but again, it's just a matter of time, and we literally play the passing game. Like I work afternoons, she works mornings, and unless we have a day off together, we don't really get to do much together. And then when we do have said days off together, we try to do as there's just again that game of okay, do we get the housework done? Do we go date night? Do we go what do we choose to do with that time? Like last time we had a somewhat of time together, we did like board games and stuff like that. We try to spend the time well. Not every time do we want to play, especially a game that more so relates to my things, or say if she wanted to like more so read a book, like something that's more like her style, because I'm not a big book reader. It's hard to kind of ask someone to do something that you're not feeling for when you could both find something you both enjoy, like say board games. We both love board games and card games, so why not do something like that where we both know we're gonna have a great time? Than being like, hey, you want to come try this thing out that you may not fully like, but just because I really like it and want you to be a part of it, come do. I don't know. It's kind of weird how I'm trying to word this without trying to sound like rude or anything. Because like I said, we both still have fun doing whatever it is with one another. We love each other so much that it's just like we can do pretty much whatever. We could watch paint dry probably and have a great time together and laugh about it. Um, it feels hard for me sometimes, and I know same with her, to ask to do something that's more personally toward one another, because then you're also wanting to repay said thing. So if she's doing something for me, then I'm gonna want to do something for her. And yeah, it's just a big asking task, and like I said, with kids and all that type of stuff, to have set time to where we both can dedicate to something is just hard. Let's go shiny hunting. It's still something I really, really want to bring back. Probably honestly is gonna have to restart because whenever I got the new Switch and everything like that, the new OLED here, I lost all my save data. So for that game, I didn't realize that that was not one that did the save data cloud. So yeah, ended up losing all my Let's Go data, so therefore lost those shinies and all that type of stuff. Most games, luckily, I did get back, so that was the good news. But yeah, if we do and when we do bring it back, it'll be basically like it's brand new and going forward. I thought about trying to do what I have done already, like off the camera and all that, but at this point I'm like, well, I only got really 2 shinies. Was it really? I think 2 or 3 shinies, maybe at the most. Because I think I had Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, Rattata, Eradicate, and maybe the Pidgeline at this point in time. So it's like, is it really that big of an ask to just get those 3 again? No. And I wanted to do it more by the written rules that I had for it, where I can only go route by route by route instead of adventuring, but at the same point, I do like that whole idea of like I can go from Route 1 all the way up to Viridian Forest and hunt wherever along that chain and get whatever I want. But I really do like the idea of you can only stay on Route 1 and only Route 1 until you catch all the shiny Pokemon that are available on that route. Then you can move on to Route 2 or whatever route the next route is after that around Viridian. That all makes sense. This next one I'm going to discuss is another one that's been on a major, major hiatus, and we keep saying it's going to come back, but it's just been a headache to try to figure it out. But is PokeChat, and many know we talked about this years ago, probably near 2 or 3 years ago. We talked about how there's this wormhole episode that's going to be the next one, and it could be the end of the season. It could be the end of the entire show entirely. And at this point, I don't even mind spoiling kind of some of the storyboard and everything that we had for it. But obviously, it was going to revolve around our cast that we had, and basically a wormhole consisting of like Rayquaza and Arceus and all that was going to be created, and the 3 cast members that we had at the time of what was it, Froakie, Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and we had Lucario and stuff like that as like side characters, and Squirtle, I think as well. We're going to be basically transported through this, and it would take them through all the different projects we had done in PokeChat. So it would bring them back to the first episode where we had a lot of glitches, and it'd show them like hitting different things, and that was what was causing the glitches. We had like this whole big idea of this wormhole sending them basically back through time, affecting the different PokeChat episodes to where they arrived to fight. At first the Mega Rayquaza, and he would tentatively take out some characters and all this type of stuff, and it would lead Lucario to possibly, have to Mega Evolve into try taking them on. And then Arceus trying to send different ones of them even further back in the past to try to have to break him up. And I thought it was kind of cool because I was like, with Legends Arceus now out, it was kind of like, oh, I could use that as a tie-in, sending Cyndaquil like back to the Super Pass, and that's where he ended up, was in the Hisui Wind region. I could have done something with that. There was a bunch of different ideas that we had with basically all that we were seeing as different things were happening, and it just became such a big daunting task. And obviously, as some of my different co-hosts kind of left and became more on me, it was kind of hard to find a way to basically finalize it. I really want to. I believe I would, if I asked my co-host to just do one episode with me, he would, just to be able to finish it off. But at the same point, it's just, again, he lives over 2 hours away. We'd have to find a time to meet up. Guarantee we both are ready to do it and just record it, get it, as best as we can, and get it all edited and posted. But yeah, it's still something we want to get done. We have so much hope for it. We have this whole, like I said, idea of storyboard. Like I said, we don't technically have scripts for that. We just go off our heads, and sometimes it lands, really well, and other times it's just like, what the heck did we just create? But we have fun watching it back and laughing at the stupidness that we did. Think that's all as far as the past projects go. If I'm remembering correctly, that should be all the ones that have something in the past or already, on things like that. I think the only other one I didn't talk about was the Super Mario 3D All Stars. Again, we plan on bringing that back. Again, when I lost my Switch data, I had to wait to it to download with Nintendo Online, and then I was able to get it back, play up to where I'm at currently, and then we'll just keep working forward here soon. Just a matter of, again, sitting down and recording it. But yeah, all the rest of these should be future projects, and we'll just kind of go from there, as my eldest is about to join us in like 2 seconds here. Let's see. Is she going to get on the camera? Let's see. Is she going to? I don't know. I don't know if her head got caught. Oh, yep, it did. I was like, I was watching the playback to see. Yes.
My TV broke.
Your TV broken?
Yeah.
Okay, let me fix her TV really quick. You guys can enjoy the chair for like 3 seconds. I'm coming right now. All right. Hold on. Gotta use my phone. Oh, it takes forever to change all that, but I couldn't find a remote, so I apologize for that. Wait there, but yeah. 3D All Stars, like I said, will be coming back. We will get that recording again, and again, it'll just be like how it was before we stepped away. But yeah, let's talk about some future projects, things that we still want to get out there, and hopefully get coming forward here throughout the rest of this year. Besides all the stuff that I just talked about, and obviously all the stuff that I just talked about, I would love to have finished before the end of this year ends, but it's just a matter of having the time to do it all. Um, and prioritizing what's more important. Should I get the ones that have been, years in the making, like Infinite and PokeChat done first? Should I do these other ones that have more timetables to games I'm about to play, like, say Road to Shield or Sword and Shield? If I really dedicate to finishing that, then I can more so sooner play certain games. Like it's like I said, it's always a constant battling game of what do I really want to focus on? What do I want to do going forward? So yeah, let's talk about what's upcoming. We definitely went to play Kingdom Hearts for the Nintendo Switch. As you guys probably saw in the little preview when I was showing you guys some of the videos we had recording, I have the Kingdom Hearts demo on my Switch, and I played basically roughly a few minutes into each. I think it was like 10 minutes before the demo ended. Each different one, telling my thoughts about it, all that great stuff. But yeah, when it definitely gets fully released on the Switch, I definitely want to do the whole games again, playing through them again and all that. We haven't done that since when we had the PS4 and all that, and our beginning channel days, literally like our first year ever on YouTube. We played through Kingdom Hearts 1, we played through Kingdom Hearts 2. My plan would be probably doing Kingdom Hearts 3 first on the Switch, and then doing some of the other ones from there in different modes than what we did with the originals. Um, so either on like what is it, proud or standard or whatever. I didn't play it on back in the day. I don't remember what I did back then. But yeah, basically the next mode up or trying different things and playing it that way. But yeah, I do have that on the like want to really do. I think it comes out on February 10th as the actual Switch release for everything. But it's just a matter of waiting, one, for the release, and two, again, there's other projects that I want to get done as well as Kingdom Hearts Melody music. I've been really wanting to do as well, some kind of something with that, but I don't know really. It doesn't seem to have so much with copyright stuff, but at the same point, I need to really research it before I do something with that. But I really have enjoyed that game, so I want to basically try to record a thing with it. But we'll see. We'll see what we end up doing with that one. That one might be the one that we might have to scrap, but we'll see. There's Mario parties, obviously, that now have come out. Mario Party Superstars being the newest one. We did what was the one before that? Super Mario Party for the Switch. We did that one obviously in the Let's Play. What we've done pretty much every single other Mario Party besides like 3, 4, 5, 6. I think is the only like the earlier stage ones so far, which we do plan on doing those as well. But doing the normal, we play one match of the board games completely through, shortest amount of turns, seeing who wins. And then we play a few of the mini games here and there. I don't think I'm going to do the two separates where we do, like, obviously the thing of the board games and then all the mini games. I don't think I'm going to do that this time with this one. Just kind of mix the two together, showing a bit of my favorite mini games, playing the actual board game itself, and then posting that, which you guys, like I saw that I already had that kind of recorded. So it's just a matter of publishing it. The gym leader tourney, which we've been talking about for Pokemon Versus, I still really want to do. It's just a matter of building teams, getting it all set to be as good as I feel like I'm making it out to be in my head. Where we take on all the different gym leaders from all the different regions and the Kahunas from Gen 8, taking them all, fighting them on each other. Generation by generation, so all Gen 1 trainers face each other in a randomized bracket. Gen 2, Gen 3, and they all have the knowledge of who's in the bracket, who's fighting who. They can bring whatever they want from anime, the actual, games and manga and all that type of stuff. So they have all these crazy teams like Blaine has, I know, has like Zapdos and Mewtwo and stuff like that. Giovanni, same with like Mewtwo and things like that from the movies and whatever else that you could find lore on of them owning at some point in time. Fighting them all out to see who actually is the number one gym leader, all being on the same level, all, like I said, knowing that they're about to possibly have to fight one another. So, obviously, if Brock were to somehow randomly fight Misty in round one, he would have Pokemon set to possibly fight Misty. I almost thought about, like, each time they fought each other, they could choose any Pokemon they wanted. I really thought about doing that as the first and foremost because, like, some people can now access, obviously, PC at any point that they want. Um, but with how crazy, I guess, certain people's teams was, it kind of really favored certain gym leaders. So, like, I know if, like, say, if Misty fought Giovanni, as much as it sounds like it would really, really go toward Misty, Giovanni has so many randomly broken grass and electric types in his arsenal that it just really like it makes it unfair to where Misty doesn't have a lot of answers to certain things, and he has a lot more legendaries and things like that Misty just doesn't have access to. That I was like, okay, they're just gonna choose a team to six, knowing all the different trainers, all the different Pokemon those trainers could have, their best team of six, best moves that can answer for anything that they would want to bring. Those are the team of six that they'll bring, and that team is what they're gonna hope will carry them to the victory. I felt like that was the best idea going forward. But I have thought about like, yeah, well, what if they just could bring whatever they wanted against each match, but it can really break things altogether. But either way, yeah, still want to do it. Figure out all the best gym leaders, and then have those, final eight fight each other to, final four, final two to figure out the ultimate victory. And then maybe also doing like an Elite Four one and doing all those different battles. But right now, again, just a matter of getting it done. The Wheel of Challenges was just something we kind of basically created. Um, Very much inspired from like Nintendo games, GameSpot, and I forget the other ones that done Wheel of Challenges, um, or Master Mode from United Gamer. Things like that was one of the heavy inspirations. But the Wheel of Challenges is literally as simple as it sounds. It's a wheel full of different challenges for different games that we fight. So we have a wheel for Mario, we have a wheel for Pokemon, we have a wheel for just randomness. We have different wheels set for different things that you spin it while you're going through every 15 minutes. You'll spin it, tells you what you need to do in that time frame before the you know 15 minutes wound up. You have to accomplish it, or you face some kind of punishment. Sometimes usually already worded on there. Some of them, yes, are tasks you can do usually in like a few seconds. Some of them are pretty hard. Like I'll use the Pokemon for example. Like there's ones like for the next 15 minutes you can't use physical moves, can't use special. You have to only use these type of attacks. Only use dark. Only use whatever it be. No switching out. Use your worst mon. Different things that kind of challenge you. There are, yes, every like certain like only can use certain letters. There's more simple ones of next things, take a Pokemon quiz or talk in Brock's or Ash's voice or things like that. But yeah, we want to bring it back with different games and keep it going because we really love the idea of the wheel of challenges. It makes it fun to just kind of have ways to change up the game overall. We also really want to bring forward, just again some online gaming, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, Pokemon Showdown, whatever it may be. Just again to see how we fare. I know we'll probably lose a lot because we're not the greatest gamers by far. But again, it just sounds fun, so why not? And just embraces obviously just new interaction and everything like that. I talked about during the Super Mario 3D World SleepLocke that we did back in the summer about possibly speedrunning Mario, especially 3D World, since it's the game I played the most and everything like that. I still have a really high interest in doing that, but I feel like it's going to take a lot more studying and work around than me just trying to be like, oh, let me just see what I can do as quick as I can. But if I'm willing to actually like try to do this, I think I would need to do some kind of research and figure out how the actual speedrunners speedrun the game instead of just thinking, oh, this is how I want to do it, and I'm just going to try to do that as fast as I can. And it taking, I think, because the SleepLocke we basically attempted it, and it still took a good couple of hours. And it's like, I wonder with knowing some of the strategies how long that would have taken. I guess it was my ultimate thinking with it all, but I still have an interest in it. I think it's still a fun idea, but it's just a matter again of having time to do with all that. And then the last thing I kind of wanted to go ahead and address or talk about or whatever you want to say on all this was the substitute lock. It's an idea that we've had for a while now. Still hasn't been technically done by anybody as far as seen. I've seen close variants, obviously with cage lock, rival lock, lockouts, different ones like that that get pretty close to what we are doing with substitute lock. Um, Trade lock is also very close to it. Wonder locks are very close to it. Um, but yeah,
Daddy,
yes.
I want to.
You want some juice? Okay, I'll bring you some juice here in a second. I'm almost done. Okay.
I want your melon.
Okay. I will. Just go in your room. I'll bring it into you, okay? Try to here in a second. She's gonna want some juice. I'm sure, as you probably heard. But yeah, Substitute Lock is basically me and my partner going through the Pokemon game. After every gym, we have a battle, and then we can either have that person trade one of their Pokemon team members to us to become now on our team, but we have to send them something in return, whatever it be. We can have it as also, whereas the loser basically has to Wonder Trade away their Pokemon. So if like I won, but I didn't really want any of the Pokemon that were on his team to trade to me, I could choose to make like say he had I don't know, I'm trying to think of somebody that's like an average-ish Pokemon that maybe I wouldn't want. I don't know, but we'll just insert Pokemon here. I could be like, okay, take that Pokemon. We'll say like it's like a Poliwhirl or something. That's something that's decent that I'm kind of worried about in the future. Oh, you Wonder Trade that, and whatever the gets Wonder Traded to is now its replacement. Yes, it could turn out good for said person because you can get obviously legendaries through that method, but it also gets to turn out way worse. But that's the gamble, and same vice versa. As the winner of it, you could also, instead of making them trade, making your opponent trade or Wonder Trade, you can choose yourself to Wonder Trade. So if I had like caught a Weedle or something more not the greatest, I can be like, okay, I'm going to choose to Wonder Trade this and see if I can get something better or hopefully equal to what I'm about to trade away and going that way. So that was our idea of the substitute lock was basically after every match you choose something to substitute through trade, wonder trade, or however to, you know, continue forward and the one that at the very end won it all would win the overall thing. And that's how we were going to do it. So we still have an idea with that. We thought about also just kind of making that also whoever could beat the game the fastest would make it fun too. We talked about different versuses we could do with that, but I think ultimately it's going to just turn into
Daddy.
overall fighting each other. Yes, I know. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm almost done. I promise. But yeah, that's pretty much all the different ones we have going on right now. I think I'm looking over this all. I don't think there's any other randomness or any other topics I wanted to talk about, at least as far as upcoming or things we still needed to finish. So, like I said, I know there's still a lot on there. I mean, you heard me name off everything, that there's still a lot on our plate, basically. But these are all things that we've technically have said we wanted to do or get done. So I haven't actually added anything to that list. All that list has been things that we said will be coming, are coming, we're working on, different things like that. And I'm keeping it as that list until I have basically completed that list. There's not going to be probably any super new project except for new games, maybe doing like little Let's Play sums and things like that to really overwhelm our plate. Like I said, I know with like say Arceus that's coming out. There's like a Lego Star Wars game that I really want to play. The Kingdom Hearts ones that haven't come out yet. That I really want to do. Obviously, I want to make things for, but it's again, I'm focusing on this list that I have before me more hardcore than those, but it's not saying a promise that those can't trump other things for a bit of time to be featured. But yeah, I'd probably say it'd probably take until about March time before we get back into live streaming. But as far as video projects, they will be coming here probably as beginning of February. We'll have those videos that I've just showed you in my little video playlist coming out, rolling out, and going from there. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this fall winter showcase. I know it's been kind of different, all that type of stuff. The next one will be near June. Obviously, will be this spring summer showcase, and that's when, or actually no, it won't be June, won't it? Because when's spring? When's the first day of spring? March, I think. I don't know. Either way, first day of spring will be when the spring summer showcase. I can correct myself. And that point, we'll discuss whether or not we want to go forward with singular showcases going into the next year or not. I feel like it's best to finish out the year with the showcases than whatever, because technically, what would be the next fall winter showcase should air at the end of December 21st. I think is the first day of winter. As my daughter is pointing her head on the video. So yeah, December 21st will be the last if we do just the spring, summer, fall, winters, and then if we just do the one singular one, we'll announce it in that upcoming spring, summer one, and then they'll probably air around June time, just the middle. June 21st will probably be the range of when we always try to post the showcases. We'll just call them showcases. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I've enjoyed it so much. Be sure you did leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and we'll see you guys, in future streams, videos, whatever it may be. And I look forward to it all. This could be the Modern Gamer signing out. Kaka.